unforgettable. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins.
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Watch tight end, tight right. 3 down. Hey, check.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now, this series between the 49ers and the Bucs began back in 1977 in Tampa Bay's second year in the NFL. It's been a series that the 49ers have dominated, 17-7 overall, although Tampa has won the last 2 meetings. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. 20! Tight down. There you go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
You ain't doing nothing today. Switch.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Now! 180! 180! We're good! 280!
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
One down. 180.
Mike 54. Hey, defense.
One. Later one. Express.
Hey. High 7.
That's it.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Down.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
93.
To throw, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
9 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lavonte David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Here we go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 45. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Cut. Mike's by 4.
You're mine.
Mike's by 4. 3 bucks.
Carl trying again on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here we go.
So from Buccaneer territory now, on first down, here's Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
White.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. That's pulled in at the 32. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Shotgun now for Carr. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go. 180. Come on, 45.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards, first down Niners. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharpe's single-game record for a tight end. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the Buccaneers' 33-yard line.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo now. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go. What do you need? Mike, 45. Check back, check back.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
A 30-yard attempt.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Monday, down. 185. I got one.
Here's Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, check Mike 50.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
You better be afraid.
Here's Carr to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
6 guys. Check White Monday.
From midfield, here's Carr. He's got Evans. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone.
And this is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 32 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They will run again with Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play to come away with the football.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Come on. Come on.
Go, go.
Check Mike.
From the gun, Carr. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 30, 20, 10, and he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
O.J. Howard. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Big stop. Let's go. 57 to Mike.
Bravo.
Squeeze, double.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Operating from the gun. Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Raider 2.
Protein spill.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Everyone.
Go Chief. Raider 9.
Give me
Hey, orbit.
Here we go. Mike.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw again on second down. Garoppolo.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
The offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Back now in Tampa. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
Drop deep. Check. Tighten up. Alert flare.
21.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 22 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. One-score game.
Man, if I'm
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Here we go. Back. Check safety.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lavonte David picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. He's coming. Double up, double up.
2, 2, 2.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have... He's got daylight! Past the 20! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones, 67 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
11.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Mike 56.
Hey, Delta.
56. 6 man. Check curls, check curls.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Garoppolo finding Goodwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Breida. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
I'm coming for you. Here we go. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He finds Coleman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now whistles and a timeout called here.
Here we go.
Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check 52.
One final try now for Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Bucs, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside
Slide on with it. Better see me now.